Hello everyone, welcome back to the FE Hit. We're into February, we're facing into the midterm next week, and I suppose everyone is focused on getting that little bit of a break. And also, I suppose when you come back from the midterm, we're also on the downward slope towards the end of the course. So my guest today is Elaine McGauran from Inspire Mentoring, and she's going to talk to us a little bit and bring us up to date with a few of the opportunities that are there with regards to your potential, with regards to your future. So Elaine, you're very welcome to the FE Hit.
Thanks a million. Thanks, James, for having me. I appreciate it.
No, it's great to have you, and thanks for joining us. So Inspire Mentoring, it's got the inspirational title. So do you want to just talk us through a little bit and give us an overview of what the mentoring program is all about?
Sure. So, well, we're Inspire Mentoring, and we target specifically, James, HEAR students. And we target HEAR students because we identified, we work with young people in Dublin, and we identified, having spoken to young people, that there was a gap. So you have this cohort of deaf pupils become, HEAR students in third level or further education. And, they're thinking of a career, or I might like to do this or that. And then they don't have any professional networks or contacts in that area. It's a big gap, and Inspire Mentoring addresses that gap. And how we do it is really quite simple. We identify mentors. We're funded by LinkedIn. So we secure our mentors from the LinkedIn platform. And then we have a variety and a diverse array of mentors from different sectors, different skills, etc. The mentors undergo training, they're uploaded onto our platform, which we then open up to young people, and they then go and select a mentor that they feel would be a good fit for them. So it's about the young person, it's empowering for them, they pick the mentor, and then the mentoring then happens over a period of between 9 months and 1 year. And the first couple of months are regular meetings and trying to establish that bit of rapport, trying to figure out, who your mentor is and get to know each other. And then really it's about establishing sort of goals. And those goals can be quite range from, I want to be more comfortable maybe doing presentations, or maybe preparing for job interviews, or how do I learn about an organization? How do I learn about a sector, etc. So they're completely varied, but the whole point is that this mentor is there for you one-to-one. They will support you with whatever goals it is you have in mind. And if they work in this sector, they will hopefully help you and introduce you to people that are in the sector as well. What we have found, we've been operating now for well over a year. A lot of what's happening is very organic, and it's very much opening doors. Like mentors will say, okay, I know somebody who works in this sector, let me introduce you to them. But that doesn't happen, straight away. You have to build up the rapport and the trust, etc. But a lot of this is about opening doors and giving you, access to people in the sector and advice and career advice or employment advice or whatever it is you're looking for.
That's brilliant to hear. And a couple of things that you mentioned there, like all of the students in the Access Plus program, they will all have attended a school which would have been identified as a DESH school. They would, many of them, if they are looking at going on to higher education, I'd be encouraging them to apply for the HEAR scheme. And so this is very much targeted at them, even though they're in further education at the moment. Like I said, they're in that phase of their course at the moment where they're making choices. They've got maybe CAO applications, or they're making up their mind about what they want to do next. Some of I'm just jotting down some of the biggest cohorts of students that we have. We have students who are in nursing training, who are looking at going on to nursing degree programs. We have a lot of students in childcare, looking at becoming childcare professionals, physical education, and those looking at maybe going into teaching, coaching, well-being. And then there's a whole array of students in more broad disciplines, which they have the option of going in many different directions. So things like business, social studies, and the different science-based programs in the further ed colleges. So you're saying there that a mentor can very much help and guide them in terms of that decision-making process as well, or just informing them on the career area?
I think, yeah. I mean, if I look back at our existing participants, James, a lot of them, and majority, would be the first in their family or the first in their kind of community, or maybe even the second. But going to further ed or third level is a new experience for them, and generally the first or second in the family. So really, what I say to young people is, look, when you're looking for a mentor, I suppose it's looking, you're going to get someone that has more experience. You're going to get someone that has worked a couple of years under the belt. They understand the job market. They understand how to I suppose, behave in the workplace. They understand, they can support you around, lack of confidence maybe. It's all very daunting going into, further ed or higher or third level. So it's the softer skills as well that we're finding the mentors are really helping. It's that kind of someone that's in your corner that'll battle for you and listen to you and just encourage you and encourage you to stick with it and stick with the course you're doing, because education is a wonderful thing, and it'll empower you, and it'll help you as you I suppose get older and stuff.
And the fact that you have this rather well-known partner through LinkedIn, that gives you that huge diversity, and the fact that students self-select as well means that there will be a good match in terms of when they are serious about finding someone to engage in that mentoring process. There will be someone out there for them. Yeah,
and I think I think it's important that the young person, when they log on to our platform, that they, it's important you get on with the mentor. So, each mentor will have a personal statement and will tell you a little bit about themselves. They like Man U or whatever it is. So, have a good read of that and sort of try and think, oh yeah, great, I like that team too, or I like that sport, or I like to do that, or whatever it is. But that common ground is very important as well, I think that's probably one of the most important things in terms of the young person picking a mentor, is kind of looking and see what you might have in common.
What's the length of time there, just in terms of the commitment that a young person should expect if they were signing up to this? How long would it last?
What we have found has worked is typically for the first couple of months, it's meeting every week, and that could be for half an hour or an hour. And then once there's a bit of relationship and a rapport and you're comfortable with each other, typically then it would broaden out to maybe every 2 weeks, maybe every once a month. But it's very much what works with the young person and the mentor as well, and where they are in terms of what it is they're hoping to get out of the mentoring. And it's all online, so all the mentoring is online. And what we encourage the mentor and mentee to do when they first kind of meet, the first couple of weeks, is figure out what works best for them. So is it Zoom? Is it WhatsApp? Is there some other technology that you use? But it's important that it fits both the mentor schedule and the young person's schedule as well. Obviously, people take breaks over holidays and over the summer, etc. Absolutely, but do touch in. Like, this is a person that will be around to support you. And what we're finding as well is a lot of the mentoring goes beyond the year. People become friends, and it's like it's a natural kind of a progression. But also, if it finishes at 9 months, 1 year, that's perfectly fine as well.
In terms of, have you got any sort of examples of sort of outcomes that students might have gained as a result of engaging with the mentor?
Yeah, I suppose some of the more powerful ones is really that young person that has no professional contact. So it is that opening of doors, that connections, the whole, I suppose that's where LinkedIn are our funder. It's the connectability, introductions to people that are working in a sector. It's in some cases introductions to hiring managers. It's maybe introductions to the HR department, so you could do a mock interview. In some cases, it's support at college in terms of presentations, or just even reading a paper, for example. So yeah, the outcomes, a lot of it is around building up of self-confidence, self-belief, and then also opening doors as well.
I think the message for students listening to this is that this, regardless of what course you're on, this is potentially could apply to you because of that diversity, because of that range that's of mentors that are out there. And if you're serious about wanting to engage with a mentor to help with your own personal development, then this is something you should consider. And in that instance, Elaine, what's the best way for students if they want to just find out a bit more about this, or they want to actually, if they've been looking for a mentoring program, what would you suggest in that sense?
I think the best thing to do, James, would be to go onto our website. And I can send you the link, but we can give the link after the show, or you can just pop an email to inspirementoring2020@gmail.com, or connect in with us on Instagram and Twitter, or Twitter.
Okay, and certainly
I can't remember what our handles are.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll put them in underneath the video anyway after this. And any students in the College Com, in CSN, in St John's, they can come to me and we can explore this a little bit more in terms of those.
Yeah, no, I think it's, and like we this year we've reached out to Further Ed, James, because it's proven a success, you know. It's and I suppose it's for the young person that you know, it's up to you to embrace this. Like, we can't, you know, this is entirely voluntary. The mentors volunteer their time, but it's wonderful that it allows people to get access to professional people, and it opens doors. It's extraordinary, really.
It does, and like, we're a support service as well, and this is an additional support program, and all of the supports we'd always be encouraging students to look at what their needs are, and just to look, because every support gives you a additional strength in terms of your own personal development, your own knowledge, and your own abilities. So this is something that all students should really have a consideration of. So Elaine, that's great, as we've had a fantastic overview of what's there. And if it's sown a seed with anyone, contact me, or look in the links below, and you'll be able to look up about the Inspire Mentoring Program on their own website. So just as we come to the end of the chat, Elaine, all my guests, they've always answered these last quickfire questions here. So I'm going to ask a couple of questions for yourself, your own personal interests. So I'm going to ask you your favorite film.
There's probably two, but I think I have to go with My Cousin Vinny. Just, it cracks me up every time. Brilliant.
Bit of comedy, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, love a bit of comedy.
So, next one, your favorite meal.
Beef Wellington.
Very definite. Very definite.
Love it. Love it.
Excellent. And then the last one is the best piece of advice that you've ever given or would give. So.
I mean, it does sound a little bit, you know, but honestly, just don't give up. Keep on going. There's always a crack in the wall. It's always a way through.
Yeah, persistence, perseverance.
Yeah.
No, exactly. That's solid. Lovely. Well, Elaine, it's been great to have the chat. It's been inspiring, and that's the goal of the program. So, like I said, it's been great to talk to you this morning. Everyone, thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for listening. And remember, check your emails, stay safe, and join us for the next FE Hits. And we'll see you next time. Thanks very much.
Thanks, James.